Hi, I'm here with the Mass readings for Friday, April 30th, 2021, Friday of the fourth week of Easter, a reading from the Acts of the Apostles. When Paul came to Antioch in Pisidia, he said in the synagogue, "My brothers, children of the family of Abraham, and those others among you who are God-fearing, to us this word of salvation has been sent. The inhabitants of Jerusalem and their leaders failed to recognize him, and by condemning him they fulfilled the oracles of the prophets that are read Sabbath after Sabbath. For even though they found no grounds for a death sentence, they asked Pilate to have him put to death. And when they had accomplished all that was written about him, they took him down from the tree and placed him in a tomb. But God raised him from the dead, and for many days he appeared to those who had come up with him from Galilee to Jerusalem. These are now his witnesses before the people. We ourselves are proclaiming this good news to you, that what God promised our fathers, he has brought to fulfillment for us, their children, by raising up Jesus, as it is written in the second Psalm, 'You are my son. This day I have begotten you.'" The word of the Lord. The responsorial psalm. Today's responsorial psalm is Psalm number 2. The response is, "You are my son. This day I have begotten you. You are my son. This day I have begotten you. I myself have set up my king on Zion, my holy mountain. I will proclaim the decree of the Lord. The Lord said to me, 'You are my son. This day I have begotten you. You are my son. This day I have begotten you. Ask of me, and I will give you the nations for an inheritance, and the ends of the earth for your possession. You shall rule them with an iron rod. You shall shatter them like an earthen dish. You are my son. This day I have begotten you. And now, O kings, give heed. Take warning, you rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear, and rejoice before him. With trembling, rejoice. You are my son. This day I have begotten you. You are my son. This day I have begotten you." A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. John, chapter 14, verse 1 to 6. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You have faith in God. Have faith also in me. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. If there were not, would I have told you that I am going to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back again and take you to myself, so that where I am, you also may be. Where I am going, you know the way." Thomas said to him, "Master, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way?" Jesus said to him, "I am the way, and the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." The Gospel of the Lord. Here are some thoughts on today's scripture. We begin today the long discourse covering 4 chapters, 14 through 17, of John, in which Jesus at the Last Supper says farewell and gives his final instructions to his disciples. Although it is, on the face of it, spoken in anticipation of what is going to happen, it clearly reflects some of the fears and anxieties of the post-resurrection community coping without the direct leadership of Jesus, and often harassed by both Jews and Gentiles alike. So it begins by Jesus telling his disciples not to be troubled. The immediate reason is the great threat that hangs over Jesus and his warnings to them of what is going to happen to him. the disciples are disturbed by the predictions of betrayal, of Jesus leaving them, and the betrayal by Peter. Now, if we want to know where our lives, where any life, should be going, all we need to do is to identify ourselves totally with the attitudes, the values, and the goals of life that Jesus lays down for us. And as the way, He is truth and life. Jesus is truth not just because the things He says are true. His whole life, everything He says and does, all His relationships have the ring of truth and integrity. And of course, He is life. When we unconditionally decide to walk His way, we, here and now, begin to live in the fullest manner possible. Thank you, Thomas, for asking that question. All we need now is to make the answer the center of our living. Christ, have mercy on us. Thanks for listening. Have a blessed day. Remember to follow us on Instagram at accept_God_. You can also click on the link below, located below this video. Thanks.